Welcome, friends. Welcome to the show with the only megastars that I know. How are y'all doing?
That's touching.
I'm so tired.
I gotta say, I was looking like dead at Brad because like he was eyeing Tony, waiting for Tony to give like the.
He does. It's
ahead.
intentional, right? It's a character flaw.
Do we have video yet?
We got video. We are video.
We're video live, but I was I was looking
Prime
right at him,
Tuesday,
and I was like, he's gonna say something.
No, I'm too tired today.
He didn't do it today.
I had a long day today.
Happy Tuesday Prime.
Tuesday Prime. Hey, he's a robot. It's a robot thing.
Oh, okay.
that just means there's 2 1s in a row.
Yeah.
So it is a new year. New year, new me. I am very happy to announce that he indeed missed it.
He
did miss it.
Who missed what?
He missed it. I don't know.
Oh, the snap in the game.
I don't know where you were, Brad.
I was
but
at
he did
Frickers.
miss it.
The field goal.
Hello, Denise. How was
the field goal?
How was
Yeah,
the
they missed
Tournament
that
of
too.
Roses? Prime number. Multiple primes. Tony is touching things. Eardrums are bleeding.
He's fixing the little clicking noise.
I think it's Brad. I think Brad talks about Nathan being a robot, but Brad's really a lizard person.
Well, I mean, I also have to point out.
We fight for control over the world.
I also have to point out that Brad is literally more robotic than anyone we know.
That's fair. He's a cyborg.
He has a battery.
Cyborg, maybe.
Did you go to the game?
I really
Mama?
like Cyberpunk.
I just lost the game.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cybernetic.
Brad, you've got to stop clicking.
My mic is doing
Didn't go to the game?
Yeah, I don't really hear Brad all that well.
I think my mic just reset.
Oh, there you go.
There it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be turned on.
There we go.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense to have your mic turned off before the show.
See, it's the robots. They
I
don't
had
like
a different
me.
channel.
So this weekend was filled, I will say Saturday was filled with disappointment and sadness. And then yesterday, or Sunday.
For some fans. Football fans, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It was hard to watch. And then what's up, Nurgle Matt? And then my Lions won, and I might be going to Green Bay.
You think so?
I think I'm 99% sure we're going.
How upset would you be to just travel all the way?
100%.
Are you
just
gonna-
to watch
I already
the
told Krista that's a long
Are you gonna
drive.
drive there? It's like 9 hours.
It's 7.
That's a long way to drive just to watch your favorite team get the shit kicked out of them.
I'll tell you what. It's you're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're not wrong. Tony, am I echoey?
It'd be
I don't know what's going on.
a longer drive back. Like you got something
Oh,
to
yeah.
look forward to, but if they lose and now you've got to drive back, you're like, what was the point?
Well, here's the worst part. If
Was
about
seven
time we're in
hours.
Milwaukee,
Yeah.
the other game will end, and if the Seahawks win, the Lions game will be meaningless.
why?
Because if the Seahawks win, the Lions cannot make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Just make sure to bring your under the shirt pew thing.
Well, it's
You
in
don't wanna
Green Bay.
get-
We're going shirtless.
Oh, okay. Are you going shirtless?
There's no way in hell.
Yeah.
In
the way-
January.
You just don't want to get mugged by a bunch of cheeseheads.
Now, I don't want to have my nipples freeze off.
And then covered with cheese.
So that's what they do.
This
They
is
mug
a
you and then
nightmare.
grab a giant cheese wedge and just rub it on your nipples.
Yes.
What was the point? The eternal question.
Yeah.
Hey, I started tinkering around with some lists last night. Okay, full disclosure here. I am a robot, and I struggle.
I am the only non-robot here.
I struggle.
So you're a lizard person.
Oh, damn it.
He's definitely a robot.
New video game, new game idea, new board game idea: robots versus lizard people.
There you go. It's basically Secret Hitler.
So I'm really bad. I like making lists on paper
I hate it.
is like unbelievably annoying.
It is difficult.
Yeah,
It is like
it is awful.
So like without Battlescribe being updated, it's been a struggle. Okay, but I
yeah.
did make a list.
How is it not updated yet?
They are intentionally not doing it because
because
the main codex is now,
That's right, because it's not
which
like,
makes no
live.
sense. Make a new file.
Yeah, they
You have to make a whole new file anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know who Morty and Gloria is? He's a YouTuber. He leaked the whole codex before it came out. But he's a guard YouTuber, so it makes sense you wouldn't know who he is. But he has a Discord, like a paid Discord, where they have the files already made.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in his paid Discord, you can download the repositories. Yeah. And so some people have it.
So funny story. I just updated Battlescribe, and I checked the name of the update, and it said no. This
guard.
isn't the Astra Militarum update.
Yep, it's
I was like, oh.
I've been there for like 2 weeks. It's insanely annoying.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. Guard aren't gonna be live at LVO. Like,
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
that sucks.
That's a big
Yeah,
mistake.
that's stupid.
Like,
It might conceivably be the only LVO where they're relevant. You know, because if 10th edition either
It could
resets
be.
them or just changes, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
by this time in a year, like, the game's going to be very, very different.
I don't think it will be, but it could be.
I don't know if
I
it'll
just-
be
I
reset,
just don't
but, like,
see
it'll
the-
be very different.
I don't
No,
see
that's
the
what I'm
purpose. I don't see the purpose whatsoever.
Of not letting them out, or
of not allowing them into the LVO. I mean, like, so I understand.
everybody wants the rules have them.
The issue with like models that aren't released yet. So like, you know, you've got the Rogue Eldorn, or the Rough Riders aren't out yet, are they?
Yep, the only things that are out are the ordnance batteries, the shock troops, and the sentinels.
Yeah.
And the command squad.
So then just take everything else that's new and just be like, hey guys, you can't play that in the LVO. Like we don't want proxies. We don't
If
want,
there's not a model for
Yeah.
it, that's totally fair. Totally fair.
But like let them play with the rest of their army.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can play with a lot of existing models.
You could just name all the
Canadian
things.
shock troops
They
are literally
might-
old infantry bases anyway. They're on 25s.
Yeah.
They might be doing it so that data doesn't get skewed later on.
I honestly
So,
think they're doing it
like-
because GW it hasn't FAQ'd whatever yet.
That could be the case.
But I don't see it.
Well,
I don't see the purpose.
I don't think it's for FAQs, but if they're waiting for new models to come out, that would be a good reason why. Because especially from GW's point of view, is you're not going to know what needs updated based on these. Basically, with the tournament results, there's going to be a big asterisk next to however guard performs. So making the performance irrelevant, meaning the data is going to be ultimately useless.
Why would the asterisk be there? Because they exempt
because
certain
they
models?
don't have access to the full codex.
What up, Tex?
That
Hello,
would
John.
be the problem.
Hello.
So
Brent.
depending on it. So if Astra Militarum underperformed, then it wouldn't really be indicative of anything in the codex because they wouldn't have anything they wouldn't have the full codex to use.
Maybe.
And that would be the problem, right? So if they
I
underperform,
think
like, oh
you just
wow,
we need to
fix this book,
They just
and then
need
they
to play
fix
it.
it. And now it's just
don't fix it
ridiculous,
until
so.
everything's out. Like,
Absolutely.
I think you could let them play it and not jump to conclusion without fixing it because like we don't know.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
we don't know if the Rogue Eldorn's going to be good. We also like
Yeah, I got my suspicions.
there's a problem with LVO. LVO's at the end of the month, and but like
Yeah.
literally the data slate and the new mission pack is going to be out just prior to that.
Yeah, but they're not going to be using.
No,
it.
they're not. They're
using
not.
that
But like
either.
the game is LVO. That's one problem I have with these big tournaments that have these long cutoffs, and I get it. It's for painting, but like the game, by the time you play that big event, the game's different.
Right, but
Like the new mission pack is going to drastically change the game.
It's a good send off.
That's like the LVO is it's like the cup at the end of the season,
Yeah.
right? The new stuff we're seeing, it's just to kick off the season following.
Do you have any water?
No need to see a doctor, Tex. Just send me a picture. I'll let you know if there's a problem with it. No salmonella. No salmonella. What's John say? Listen, man, I need to get some merch and sell the damn stuff. I really do. I need to do a lot of that. I need a not even a phone call T-shirt. Like the fact that I haven't had that by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. He said check instant a couple
I
minutes.
think I made one.
You did, I think.
Yeah.
They have those sites where you can just like put your design up and then sell it, and they'll just
Yeah.
give you like $1
Yeah.
for a shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
Tex, I was supposed to send you something. I have no idea what it was, man. As soon as I took these headphones off, I forgot.
Toe picks.
Socks with your face on it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what it
yes.
was. That's right, because he sent me his address. 100% Tex. 100%. So this list here, Nathan, you asked about wanting to see the list. I'm not saying it was good. I don't know anything about this book. I need the socks, please. I need to play a game. I mean, I need, or dozens of games, but I just don't. I need to make lists to play the game, but I need to play the game to understand how to make different lists. You know what I mean? So, I think one of the big problems is the infantry. Like, you don't know how exactly you're going to use them. Because I've heard that, like, the way the orders splash now is problematic. Only from the sense that, like, orders are done in the command phase. So before, guard play is a whole new way that you have to play guard.
Now you get to experience the command phase like everyone else
Yeah,
has.
yeah,
Yes,
and it's just like...
I actually do not like the command phase for this reason.
I like the idea of it, but like...
I do too. If it's going to exist, it needs to exist after the movement phase. Because you don't get a chance to maneuver before performing your orders. So basically how it works is you have to, when you maneuver in your first
turn one, you have to deploy correctly.
Well, yeah, but when you maneuver in your first turn, you have to consider how you're going to use those command abilities in the second turn. And if stuff dies, I don't know. It's an interesting mechanic, but I just don't think it's very intuitive. I think that's the problem.
Feels like it was thrown in because the hero phase in Age of Sigmar.
Yes, I
think
so.
We need to measure, match up.
Yeah, and it's one of my issues with them trying to make 40K too much like Sigmar.
They just don't need to do it.
No, they don't. Not at all. Not at all. I think I would actually like to see the old AP system come back. I'm definitely a minority in that.
What's that?
The old AP system where you match armor penetration ratings to
Let's hear it.
armor values, and then you either stripped or you didn't. Because I think that's one of the big problems we're having right now.
My favorite is the master text. The cheat the system, Master Vox, etc. So Nathan, what does the Master Vox do exactly? Because you can't. It's infinite range. No, what is? But it's only for that command squad. What's up, Jason? Brad likes the same also. And we're all big fans of the Masters, and that cup is very wet.
What is going on? Oh no!
But who can? It's only for that command squad, right? We got to get a different picture than that.
That's the only one I know.
I've got a pretty good one. I'll send you.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I don't like that.
Don't put your life up on the internet.
That one's just for us, Brad. Jason, when's Glass City? I haven't seen or talked to Jason in months.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So I don't know when Glass City even is, but it's coming up. Command squad issues, interest better see. So the Castellans can't use the... Oh, it's this weekend. Wonderful.
Wow.
How many people you got, Jason? And are you guys allowing guard?
Freaking. Oh, God.
Please send socks and toe picks.
What did I say? I told you wanted socks. Or toe picks.
80 and you're allowing guard.
It's still weird that LVO
CK judging?
go.
It's just too big, man. People like... They did the diplomatic thing. CK judging, Jason. C attacks, I love you. Is he playing? Or is he not here?
I haven't seen CK in a long time.
I was just talking to him this weekend about the game. I felt bad. He's a big Michigan fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he went to U of M, didn't he?
I don't know if he went there or not. I know he's not around. CK's not around.
I'm looking for this picture of Tim, and I just can't find it.
Well, you know what? Listen, man. Just check the OnlyFans. Yeah, so anyway, I need to play. Need to play some games with him.
Yeah, that's understandable. I need to get my Necrons back on the table.
Yeah.
Brad's campaign's coming.
Yep. After Blood Bowl.
We could just end the season right now. My season's basically over, so let's just play some 40K.
You think it might playoffs?
Me?
Yeah.
It's highly in doubt at this moment.
That's so wild.
I know. Hey, man, it's
such a great time with Tomb Kings and just elves and.
It shows you agility is not what matters. It's not what matters.
Mean, for leagues,
it's just not.
For leagues, the
We're gonna set it up.
Making
after
sure
the-
your players don't
after the
die
show
is
tonight.
very important.
Oh, you guys are playing Blood Bowl tonight?
No, we're
No.
gonna set it up tonight.
Oh, you're-
Brad's been working a lot, so
Yeah, I've got a lot of them. So basically, you
Soon.
just got to get ready to go for whenever I can. It could be tomorrow.
are
If-
you streaming it or?
I doubt it. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have time to get it around.
Probably
also,
not,
that's
but-
a snuff film waiting to happen. So.
It very well could be. It also, you got to admit, it could also go like, you could also do fine.
I could channel my Jakey.
Yeah, you could do fine.
I could shake my Jakey, right?
Jake will just make 3 and 4 up dodges like no one's business.
Well, not only
Or
that,
he'll
he finds
murder your
powers.
players.
But dude, he
He had a
just like
3-player advantage on me in the first half of our game.
when Jake looks at the board and is like looking to where he can maneuver, he sees things that I would never imagine just because I'm like, I don't want to take that die roll on.
Yeah,
And
right.
He's like, no problem.
They're
I'll do
doors that are closed to you.
Yeah, they're closed to me just because I look at the probability and I'm like, I don't like that.
They're walls to you. To him, they are doors.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the best analogy.
Yeah, this is correct.
I need to play more elves, honestly.
Play with or against?
More elves. I need to play more elves. With elves.
I don't mean to be facetious, man, but your dice luck, like it'll be much better for you than it will be for.
I mean,
That's why Jake has a good time with him. Because exactly what you're saying. It's like, oh, it's a 4-up. I can do that over and
But
over.
I'm,
again.
I'm saying he doesn't have the fear. He doesn't have the fear of failing.
Well, sure, but like
It's
he also doesn't have the failing part of it.
I don't know, man. It hits all of us.
it's also very different in leagues. Like leagues are such a, when it comes to teams like that, like you'll have a good game, but you'll lose half your team, and now you've lost half your team for your next game, and it's a problem. That's part of it. So in tournaments, elves are also probably fine, right? But
Yeah, we
like,
talked about
when it
before, 'cause
comes,
they just come back.
when it comes to the actually like playing a legacy system like a league, it's just it's sketchy. It's sketchy. Amazons aren't immune to it either. I constantly worry about losing players.
Well, when
from
you
the next
happen to
game.
get that POW on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
and they're paper armor still. So like they could just as easily get just ran over.
My last game that I played a Blood Bowl, I played Necro against Undead, and it was like literally one of the worst games in my career.
You were Necro?
Yeah.
No.
I rolled double skulls on the first, second, and third turn of the game.
Way to go.
This is Blood Bowl 2.
No, this is on Fumble.
Oof.
I only have 2 rerolls, by the way. So turn 3 they were gone.
Yeah.
And then turn 4 I snaked a dodge with my first activation.
Yeah. Yep.
And which led to my ball carrier getting surfed.
Yeah.
I had a zombie throw an uphill block at one of my flesh golems, casualty.
That's why I don't like electronic dice rolling games.
To be fair, I've done that in real life, so
I have too, but it happens far less, I feel.
I got
Yeah,
I was
man.
reduced down to a flesh golem and zombies. I had nothing else on the
Yeah.
pitch.
that's the problem with Necro, man.
Yeah.
As soon as their ball handlers are gone, that team just like
Yeah.
It was just horrific die rolls.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But like
Yeah.
those games unfortunately happen. That is a thing. But like when you roll, when you snake 4 turns straight, like what are you gonna do?
4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd also like to see the change to rerolls. I really want to go back to 1 reroll. per turn.
I agree.
1 reroll per turn would be interesting again.
I would.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
You see people
I'll go to my
stack up
grave
for
thinking
crazy.
that was an oversight.
Maybe, but if it was an oversight, I don't see why they wouldn't go back on it.
I mean,
Well,
I
because
can see that too,
Yeah,
but I for some reason I feel in my bone.
people make the
Bones.
argument they're like, but they don't want to look like they're a bunch of idiots. It's like, do you know how often GW does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No, multi rerolls get rid of like, because you'll be playing those games against the Jakeys and Dakotas, and then they have to use that reroll early, and you're like, okay, there's a chance for a turnover now, but now like multiple rerolls, like the lucky just get luckier. You know what I'm saying? Like it stretches that.
I like the tension that it creates.
Well, yeah, even for the player
I
that
do
it happened
too.
to, because you're like, man, now I like you got to be very careful about what die you roll first.
Or even like high team value teams.
Yeah.
Like you see more turnovers happening there.
Exactly. It also makes those.
The game's more interesting with turnovers.
It also makes those
always...
built-in skill rerolls a lot more important as
Yeah.
well. Skills like catch right now are almost worthless.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that at all.
I would.
It depends on the team.
I would
Yeah,
Like
and
an elf team, they're very important because you're short on rerolls. For
but it's
14-10. God, that's gonna be me after I get one more player with no
God.
skills.
who is that? Is that Eli?
It's John.
John? Skaven?
No, he's
John's
playing
playing
Chaos Dwarfs.
Which?
Oh
that's
my
John.
God.
That's
What is happening there?
Oh, John M. No.
How? What's your team look like? Do you have a ton of goblins? Yeah, I play him like week 7 or 8.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to Brad because he was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. I think I play him. Yeah.
You play both dwarves, don't you?
Yeah. I play all 3 dwarves.
Oh, there's another dwarf.
I mean, there's Nathan, there's John,
Nathan,
and there's
John?
Joe.
Yeah, he
Oh,
plays
Joe was
chaos.
also
I
playing
wasn't
Chaos Dwarfs, that's
bullshitting you when I said I had the shittiest schedule out of everybody.
I think that turned out to be
4
me.
goblins.
I don't think you have I think you've had the crappiest luck.
Maybe.
But I don't think you've had the crappiest schedule.
Nathan says he's at 1430. Oh my
Really?
god.
Oh, because he's got the.
Well, that'll be
I'm at
my
like 1270.
That'll be my saving grace against some of these teams. If I can get
How is
some
your team value lower than mine?
I only have like
He's got 11 players, right?
But you've got a blood spawn.
I do have a blood spawn.
What's your
That's
TV?
insane.
I think I only have like 5 level ups or something.
I have 3.
How many players do you have?
11.
What's your team value?
Like 1225.
What's your
I'm 1270.
Oh, I mean, you're still like you're less than 50 above me.
I mean, I think that accounts for the blood spawn, though.
That's why without the blood spawn, I'm gonna be 100K above him.
I also only have.
Yeah, because your players are more expensive.
All right, do you have
Well,
a third
should that-
reroll?
I think I do.
Because I
yes.
only have 2.
But you have a blood spawn.
Yeah, but
it's just
Right, but
that's a
blood
very
spawn's-
low team. That's
a blood
wild.
spawn's 160k. One of your catchers is like 110.
No,
right?
they're 100, but I only have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But
That's wild.
Yeah, it's
That just highlight that's the problem.
Your
Well,
linemen are also 60k. His are 50.
Right.
I think I only
you've
have
got
2.
2 linemen.
Yeah.
So like you've got.
Really?
One just died. I'd have to double check my roster. I don't remember if I bought one
man,
back or
that's
not.
I think you have to have 3, but yeah.
Cast
No, like I have all my. If you have all the 4 warriors, Korngors, and a Bloodspawn, you can only have.
Only need 2.
You
do
only have to
need
have 2 linemen.
Yeah, that's true. You'll want 3, but if you want that extra player, it took me so long.
I would have had 12 players if one hadn't committed
much are the
seppuku.
Korngors?
70k. Yeah.
Are they? Yeah, because they're 10k more. The Beastmen are 60, and they're basically just Beastmen with Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
10k
boy.
for Juggernaut. Yeah.
And the
Bloodseekers are 110.
They're 110,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're expensive, but
so I honestly just like my lack of linemen and
Yeah.
only being on 2 rerolls.
you've got
Which-
you got a very trimmed fat team with
Yeah.
2 rerolls and 2.
Well,
linemen.
that's not for lack of trying.
No, I get it. I get it.
I want my 3rd reroll,
Your team is
and I
very
want
trim.
a 12th player.
Yeah. Yeah, you want a 12th player. I like my 12th player because they die every game.
Yeah.
Or get fired, one or the other. Jakey. I got my 12th player in my first game, and then every game after that, it's like, oh, you died. Oh, you lost strength.
All right, let's talk
I
about
guess you're
this
toast.
star player thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah. While we're
on the
talking about
subject.
the blood of the bowls.
Hey, Tony, I'm going to send something over to Tim here.
I don't like 13 players.
If you
John,
wanna
this might
put
be
this
one of
up
the
on the
reasons
screen.
you're at 12K. If you have a big guy on your team, you don't want.
You know,
13
I can
players.
even shrink that down for you real quick. 1 second.
And I'm guessing you have a big guy on your team, John.
Yeah, he probably has a
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, though? If you got a big guy on your team, you don't want 13 players. Makes your TV too high, I feel.
There. I cropped that a bit for you, Tony, if you want to put that second one up on the screen for
All
people.
right.
Yeah, the super duper star player guys.
Super duper.
that might have been
the
me.
SDSPs.
SDSPs is super duper
Star players.
I feel that
13
the
players
Dakota
for
train
fouls.
has reached full steam. I mean, I've done well in my last 3 games for sure.
Oh, Nathan, no offense taken. There is no impediment in Dakota Knight's game.
All right.
Yeah, so the megastars.
Yes. So this is like a sneaky little update that they just put into the FAQ. Like within if it wasn't today, maybe yesterday. I don't know why they said November. But this here, it talks about megastars, which is a term that gets put out in the new match play guide supplement that is coming out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to speculate a little bit as to what that actually means. But essentially what they're breaking down there is, hey, for tournament play or organized event, whatever you're doing, these megastars, and it lists Bomber, Dribble, Snot, which is probably one of the biggest ones, Deep Root, Griff, Hackflim, Creek, and Morg, all as being these megastars, which are kind of all the most powerful and potent star players.
Who's
like
the
you said,
Verminator?
Creek,
That's
the Verminator, he's
ball
the
and chain rat.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
big
who that
rat.
is.
Honestly,
Okay.
The auto bribe.
I thought so.
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him on this list.
I think he's really
I think
good
that
for
auto bribe's a big
He's
deal.
he's not over. He's
it's
not
a-
over 200. I don't think.
He's 170.
Yeah. See, for getting a free bribe with him, that is too.
I
cheap.
get it. I get that. It's
Better
just
than a bribe.
it's
better
just
than a
that
bribe.
he's
Well,
a
yeah.
he's a
Just
ball and
stay.
chain. He's a ball and chain though, and ball and chains are very counterable, and unreliable.
The ball and
But
chain
for
I played
100,
with was
but
terrible.
for it's essentially 70K though, because you've got the built-in bribe for him.
Right.
So that
Sure.
is super good. Not to
strength
mention,
9
yeah, I think he's
also?
like
7.
strength. Yeah,
7.
strength 7. That's
Wasn't it
insane.
7+?
No, he's 7.
Oh, okay.
He's just a ball and chain. But I mean, he has mighty blow. I mean, he's good. Don't get me
That's
wrong.
what it was. That's
I
what it was.
like him.
Does he have block?
No.
Yeah, he's just he's just really good. I think
The goblin ball and chain is terrible. Next time I play goblins, I'm not bringing a ball and chain.
if you were
They're terrible, dude. I didn't do anything with that.
if you were to replace him with
Chainsaw, on the other hand, I love you.
if you were to replace him with the chaos guy, I wouldn't be upset.
The chaos
I think
guy.
Borak should be on
Borak,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, Borak should probably be on the list. But
don't know why he's not on
I
there.
think he's not because bribes.
the lack of ability to combine, or the difficulty in combining a bribe with Borak.
you
Yeah,
either
you
got to have a ton of money or be down a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
this is true.
Deep Root being on here is actually pretty surprising to me.
Yeah,
That's a slap in the face to halflings.
I think all.
Well, we don't.
I
we
think
don't,
all this means. This
we don't
is
know
my
what
guess.
it does yet.
I think you're just
Sure.
limited to one. I bet that's what it is. You can't bring multiple megastars in a game. That's my
I would,
guess.
You might be
I would
right.
have to guess that they're going to say, "Hey, tournament organizers, this is the list of megastars." So you could easily, for your event, just say, "Hey, no megastars," or you could add additional taxes to these. You could modify the costs, or things.
I don't
things
know
of that
why
nature.
I don't know why they would need to do. I don't know why they would do that though, because you could already do that. You don't need a tag for them to say megastars. Megastars is gonna have some sort of implication on the game itself. So, like
I
Tim said,
do-
you'll be limited to one, or you'll be
Yeah, but
it'll
most
be
of these
something.
are so expensive. You're never going to get more than one.
I
at a
mean,
time.
unless you're playing
Well,
halflings.
remember halflings were for a while when the edition first came out. Were
Deep
dominating.
and Griff.
Well, no, they were doing Morgan Griff,
Oh, that's what it is.
and they were
Morgan
bringing a
Griff.
bunch of nonsense halflings.
Yeah.
Just flooding the board, and then those guys were doing all the work. They had 2 trees, I think. 2 trees, Morg and Griff.
Yeah, I don't agree with Deep Root and Creek being on here.
I can see Creek, Deep Root.
I can see all of them. Creek
I
is
think
probably
Deep Root's on there. This is my guess because they want you to have one, so they don't want you having Deep Root and Morg on the same.
I think you're right.
I think
Honestly,
that's what it
I
is.
think him and Morg are on there because of Mighty Blue Plus 2.
Deep Root has
That-
Mighty Blue
that-
Plus 2?
yeah.
Then he
Maybe-
definitely needs to be on there.
Yeah,
that
I
is
would
a,
agree with that.
that
I
is
didn't
a-
know that. I would
that is a
agree.
nonsensical thing that they added.
I don't
It's
think
just
they'll-
movement 2, and like, don't get me wrong, it's a thing, but like, you pretty much don't see him anywhere except for on halflings.
I understand, but that's still dumb.
Oh, I agree.
If you
don't
shouldn't
like
have
Mighty
more.
Blow +2. I don't like Mighty Blow +2.
Just
shouldn't be in the game.
I'm still iffy about Dirty Player +2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm less iffy about it because you have to foul, but it's
There's a much heavier tax. Right?
exactly. You need bribes
Deep
and
root-
stuff
with
that
the
come
deep root
along with it.
strength
When you're just
7.
throwing blocks at no extra cost.
Oh yeah,
it's
deep root
nonsense.
strength 7 with
Yeah.
block. So he's
Oh, I
like,
know.
okay, just don't roll
Here
triple
we go
skull.
again.
You literally 3 dice blocks and he string. Yeah, that's nonsense. With +2 Mighty Blow, that's insane.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Is he better than Morg?
I think
I
the
would-
speed
I would
makes
say-
just says no.
I mean, Morg
His-
is
his
agility.
movement.
Does he have block?
Morg is agility. Yeah.
So
Morg is
yeah.
agility 3+ and movement 6.
And he doesn't have Bonehead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not bad.
And
Morg's
do you-
AG3.
yeah.
That's stupid.
He should be AG4.
He should be AG4. There's no good because
Yeah.
I picked up the ball with him and was like running into the end zone. Basically,
He's
tripwired into the end zone.
he's north of 400K, right?
No, I
Morg
think
is 370.
I mean, that's probably so high to where you almost never see him now anyway. So
He went down a lot after his price increase, but like Pete, you still saw him for sure.
yeah.
What do you start at? 350 or 320?
20.
That's unbelievable.
He went up by 50, and Hackflim only went up by 20. Because Hackflim was 190, and he went up to 210.
How much? What does Hackflim do again?
Hackflim is a strength 3 gutter runner.
It's right.
He's a strength 3 gutter runner
This is
with
right.
2 heads, extra arms, prehensile tail.
Prehensile tail.
I think that's
He just has
it's
a
just like he's got a
Yeah.
bunch of mutations.
Okay. The two hands and extra arms make sense. The prehensile tail is like, I don't want anybody next to this dude.
Wait,
what
has
are you
big
doing?
hand and extra arms?
Extra arms
no
and
big
2
hand.
head.
He's got 2 heads, extra arms,
Gotcha.
Which
prehensile
means
tail,
he's dodging into zones.
and
the
he's a
2+.
strength 3 gutter runner. So he's
Yeah.
movement 9, strength 3.
2 heads.
He's got
That is
dodge,
nonsense.
and he has an ability where if he starts his activation next to a friendly player that has the ball, he just slaps him in the face and knocks him over, and now he has possession of the ball. And
That's
then
once per game?
he just leaves. That's once per game.
Yeah, that's
It's
stupid.
wacky.
That's why he has prehensile tail.
Yeah. Wait.
What?
Is it prehensile?
No, it's a friendly player, so it's got to be your own player.
Oh, gotcha.
That would be dumb.
Yeah.
Just like
Kind of dumb as it is.
I get it, but it's
Does
not.
he knock him down?
Or they
I think
place prone.
places him prone.
Okay.
Because otherwise it'd be a turnover. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
good
you
point.
just like you run the dude with the ball up to him
good
and
otherwise.
just don't hand off, and then he just and takes it and then
Yeah.
just goes and scores because he's movement 9
Yeah.
and can just do that.
Just go 11 squares.
Hate.
Hate. And he's armor 9 too, so he's plus armor plus strength gutter runner.
That's a good player.
For
He's
210.
a stupid player. He should not be 210.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with bomber dribbles not being on there. Very happy, very very happy about
Well, it
it.
depends on
Like-
what it does.
Sure,
I was about to
depends on
say,
what it
we're
does.
going to have to wait
He's
to see
still
what it
only
does.
50.
Yeah.
Wait till the halfling one gets on there. She's gonna be just
yeah,
as bad.
but if you read that paragraph above it, it said that they're going to be paying close
Sure.
attention.
Now
Yeah.
dwarves are gonna have access to her, right?
They have
They-
access to
oh.
Cindy Pie Whistle
Already.
So they're going to dwarf bombers. People are talking about noble bombers, or taking nobles with Cindy because you have a wall of stand firm around your around this this halfling.
Yeah. I mean, well, you have 2 players, I think, on the team that stand firm. But
No, you get 4. You get the
you
bodyguards.
get 4 bodyguards?
4 bodyguards. Yeah.
I should have played that team. I
don't think they're very good.
Anything other than
but-
elves.
Yeah,
I don't,
mean, that's
dude.
fair.
I think you'd have a much worse time with
Does
them,
anybody
for sure.
care if I switch mid-season?
Yeah,
yeah,
put it
you
to a
probably
vote.
a
should.
little bit.
I'm gonna put it to a
I don't
vote.
think you should do it either. But
Yeah.
Nobles, I don't think you'd like Nobles anyway. I think they're an interesting team, but I don't think they're better. than
I
your
wish
team.
No,
they-
I don't think they're better either.
I wish they
but-
got to keep their 4 blitzers coming from Brett's.
I'm okay with
having 8 positions.
4 blitzers. Probably
You wouldn't have. You would have like 1 lineman. On your
Yeah,
team.
no,
It's-
I get it.
When you do stuff like that, you subtract from the other positionals on your team.
I get that.
Like orcs get by because their thrower sucks. So
I
you're like,
disagree. I think you absolutely run an orc
I don't
thrower.
think so.
I think you
so at
absolutely
all.
run an orc thrower because you don't want a blitzer holding the ball. If
Under-
a blitzer's holding the ball, then he's not off doing blitzer things.
I don't know, man. I never felt like I needed to throw.
I think scoring touchdowns are blitzer things.
So then
When you don't have a catcher,
So then you just cage your way, you just orc your way up
God,
to
I
the
love that team.
end zone. And
Orcs
you're
are
like,
so
here,
much
hold
fun.
this. And he's like, thanks, Dad. And then he just runs it in.
but then why not give him the ball in the first place?
Because then there might be instances where it's like, okay, well, I can't really do this because my opponent is giving me a lot of trouble. So just go put it over there, Dad.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
I think what Dakota's saying is like, you need goblins on your team.
No.
I don't think that's what he's saying at
I
all.
love the goblins.
I think
too.
most of the time you don't want goblins and orcs.
Oh man,
I think you want
disagree.
one.
I think you start with 2 of them.
I think you want one.
I think you're build dependent on whether or not you actually want the troll.
maybe.
I think you want the troll.
I personally like the troll.
Yeah.
I don't like trolls, but for orcs I like the troll.
If the troll was more than 110, I might agree with you on that. But the troll's only 110. So
the troll
is he only
belongs.
110?
I think he's
Yeah.
115.
He might be
They
115.
used to be 110. They went up 5.
Yeah, so he's super cheap
You want
player
you want the troll.
for a big guy.
You want the
So,
troll.
like,
you want the goblins.
You're talking to add in 115. That's cheaper than a War Dancer. Like, that does nothing to your team value. In terms
You have a hard
of
time fitting in the linemen. That's where you have a hard time fitting in.
Oh, only starting.
I love those linemen.
Only starting because they're 50K. But once you're going, you have a troll, you have all your players, you have 2 linemen, and you have a goblin, and then you just.
It's pretty much what my team was. I think I had 13 players.
Yep. I think that's only 12. 8, 9,
I
10,
had-
11, 12. Yeah.
I had a goblin.
I wouldn't do 13 as orcs because you're armor 10. But
I like to follow though.
yeah, it was 12 players. Yeah.
Goblins are so cheap it didn't bother me. But
That's fair.
But yeah, I think we'll see.
That's fair.
I think we'll see
Goblins are
Cindy
cheap.
added
could
to
do.
that list for sure, because
think so.
she's literally exactly the same as Bomber.
Is she really?
She's
just takeable by different.
She's 50K with accurate. Like
She's just takeable by a different group of people.
yeah,
Why
she just
are
has,
they doing that?
She's very minorly different, and it's
they need to be able to hurt elves, Brad. Because
That's
elves
so-
can't take either one of them.
That's so dumb.
They got a weird
Don't
thing
worry, they'll
against
get-
elves, man.
I don't
They'll
think I don't think an elf would want a bomber though. Your team is moving around so much, you wouldn't be able to protect it.
I mean,
Yeah,
you,
maybe.
you
I don't
get
know.
nothing as elves. Like,
Elves are all
can you
about-
take?
They are pretty limited on star players.
They're limited on all inducements, really. Like,
Roxana and Eldril are really good, but
yeah, but Eldril's so like, when do you get them?
I don't think you care about star players as elves. I think you take mercenaries. I think you take big guy mercenaries, and I think you punch people with players that you don't normally have.
high
think that's what you do.
elves.
You're not going to get that very often, though.
high elves.
That's
with
fair,
Morg
but you're
is-
also you're
In
gonna,
our league, you're never going to get.
you're equally or less than gonna get that out of a star player.
I mean, I
So,
agree.
like-
I agree.
like-
high elves with Morg is pretty.
If
popular.
we're just talking about, yeah,
it's gross.
sure,
It's gross. I've seen it.
sure, but like,
That
like,
armor
you
9
just
must
take-
be a. That must be just a huge difference.
can you
It
can only
must be because like, I looking at it, I thought Elven Union was better than High Elves, and they're not.
I think tournament wise, I think they are.
I don't think so.
I
man.
think I think league wise, I think you suffer from that ongoing penalty of your players not missing next games. Tournaments don't have to worry about.
Yeah, but High Elves have done better in tournaments. We don't have league data
Are you
other than my anecdotal pain. but,
Yeah, I
like,
understand. Well, we've got stuff from Campbell too.
Yeah,
From-
more
from
anecdotal pain.
I don't know what his performance has been like with Elvin.
Jake
Union.
won a championship with High Elves, and then
That's fair.
me and Campbell have been suffering
With Elvin Union.
bottom of the Elven Union pit.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, that's about all the data. we
I
have
just
then.
when I originally saw it, I just thought that High Elves were. I thought Elven Union were better because the thrower was cheaper.
Mhm.
You get a bunch of crap with the High Elf thrower that you don't need.
Yeah,
Do they have safe throw?
What?
The High Elf thrower, safe pass.
Yeah, I think so.
Which
yes.
I mean, that's nice to have.
Or do they come with Cloudburst?
I think they come with both.
Yeah, but you're
both.
Yeah, because the old one had
What do high elf catchers have?
just catch.
And they're not movement 8, are they?
Yeah,
They are movement 8. They're the same as the Elven Union catcher.
They're
just
exactly
have-
the
without
same.
nerves of steel.
Yeah.
the nerves comes into play so infrequently.
Yeah, well,
It's nice to have what it does.
You
but,
want
like,
it on a
Are they
passer.
90K?
Maybe. I think so.
If they're 90K, then take my nerves away.
Yeah,
For that extra 10K, you need that.
yeah. And they're But their linemen are 70K, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also armor 9.
Yeah, I get it. No, that's...
The thrower's 95.
I don't know
also,
if that's a good...
90
It's a
and
better
95.
trade-off than the Wood Elf linemen because they get to do things that you want linemen doing, which is getting punched. But, I don't know. 70K linemen, I hate it. I hate that world. It's a terrible world to live
60K is
in.
not much better when you get nothing on them.
I mean, yeah, but...
Then you look
at
at-
least it's not 70K linemen. I hate that hell. It's
Wood
unless
Elves are poorly designed. You talk about the Amazons. The Wood Elves are poorly designed.
Oh, yeah,
Amazons
no,
aren't. I don't think Amazons are poorly designed. I think they're actually. I love them. But
Wood Elves are probably one of my biggest gripes.
yeah, Wood Elves and Dark Elves.
Dwarf linemen are
I don't
amazing.
have any problem with the Dark Elf roster.
Although I don't hate the Dark Elf. I don't like
Dwarf linemen
I don't
are
like the runner and I don't like the assassin.
The runner's
Do
horrible.
something else.
The assassin's bad. They did make him movement 7.
They did buff him. They made him. They gave him +1 movement and they dropped his price by 5.
He should have multi-block.
I don't.
Out of the gate,
The
I think
runner?
that'd be too good.
I mean,
The runner
you can
or
only
the
have 2 of
assassin?
them. And you can only stab with one player, right?
That's too good.
Yeah,
you-
probably, but like, but still,
Don't you have to use a blitz to stab?
No.
I
Did
think-
you used to?
you can use it as a block action.
Oh, okay.
But if you're going, you can stab as a blitz action.
Yeah.
Stab is so worthless against a large portion of the game, though.
Yeah, and gets. I mean, it's
Because if like most of the game's armor 9.
it's really
Right.
it's you really only want it against like
It's great against like snotlings.
Amazons.
It's good against
You'd
Amazons,
want to use it
right?
against Ants. So against teams like
Wood
that,
Elves. To be fair, Wood Elves is not terrible.
vampires would be good against vampires. I think.
Yeah, but then they also nerf shadowing.
Vampires aren't real. They're
Yeah.
a meme.
So nerfing shadowing
fair.
that hurts a lot too.
Yeah. So like against the teams that you don't really need it for, yeah, it's a
Oh, you
decent
can,
skill.
you can stab with everyone.
But I don't think
That runner's just bad. If they just made him passing 2 and didn't give him a skill, I could see it.
Yeah, he
that
needs-
passing 3 up, man, like it's wild how big of a difference.
give
that
him
makes.
nerves of steel.
I would be. That
Give
would
him
be
nerves
great.
of steel to
That's
start.
a great.
How-
call.
I
what-
think
how
there's
much-
merits to the dump off build.
How
sure.
much does he cost?
I think he's 80.
You make him 90, give him nerves of steel.
No, keep him 80. He's terrible.
Well, he's terrible
The
because he
player's
doesn't
terrible.
have. He's terrible.
Dump off. Here's the problem with dump off. Dump off is a skill you don't want to use.
No, that's
You know what I mean? So give it to me for free.
fair, but sometimes you don't have a choice, and
Sure.
it's good to have it in your back pocket.
Right, but I don't-
I'm
you
doing
don't-
I'm doing a dump off build on my players, on one of my players.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, that's
I'm gonna do dump off, and then I'm gonna do nerves of steel.
on a thrower.
Yeah. And she's got blodge, so I'm like, hit me, I don't care. I mean, I'll care and when she dies, but for 90% of the
I
blocks, I
would
won't
love
care.
some SPP, man.
But yeah, so no, it's,
Coming with accurate, I just don't understand. Just give him
he's
+1
not
passing.
stop it. He's not a thrower. I know I said give him nerves of steel. Don't give him accurate. Make him
He needs
unique.
to stay 80K.
Make him unique.
Upgrade him
Make
and
them-
keep him 80K.
Make these players unique. Don't make him like, we're just gonna make him into another thrower. Give him accurate. It's what I like about the Amazon thrower. Like Granish comes with 4 skills,
Hey,
which is
Nathan.
way for her price is way
Jakey
too
may
cheap,
have won with a sub 5% play, but he won.
but it's
It happened.
Yep.
You know how many above 90% plays I've failed?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't, I don't know. You can't, the numbers don't matter.
Or don't
It's just-
give him, I don't know, maybe, or don't give him nerves of steel because he'll want that anyway. You can build towards it. Give him like Fumble Rooski or something cool like that, and then no one starts with. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with these players. Interesting starting skills you can give them.
Yeah.
But like you
You
don't
know
need
what you could do? You know what would help that team the most?
like you don't need to just
if
turn
you
him into
made
another
him
thrower.
70K.
Because
he's armor 8.
with movement 7 and an AG2
Move
up.
7 armor 8 though.
Yeah, I get it, but that wouldn't put him at the same price as a Wood Elf lineman.
Yeah.
At better than a Wood Elf lineman.
I mean, he's better with
But
dump
yeah,
off.
but I mean, when
is
you're talking about positionals, though, I don't have a huge problem with things like that.
What?
Well, you can have 2 of them, right? Whereas you can have 16 Wood Elf linemen.
I understand, but you don't want 16 Wood Elf linemen.
No, okay, but you
They're also on
understand what I'm
different
saying,
rosters,
where
so-
it's like if you're limited to 2 of these things, but you're getting a bargain for the 2 that you're getting, I don't have a problem with them being slightly
I guess,
cheaper.
but you gotta be careful.
Sure.
You can't
Nathan,
just.
I wasn't. What I was saying was Elven Union are performing much, much poorer than his High Elves did. Jake had a lot of SPP with his High Elves. So the final play of that game was, on the risky side, but like.
I don't think any of their skills mattered.
Yeah,
They may not have.
Yeah,
but he had a hell of a lot more SPP than I'm gonna have.
I think that would fix a lot of the problems elves have.
What's
Nathan,
that?
just make the linemen $5K cheaper. Elves fixed.
I don't think they're fixed, but they're it's a step in the right direction.
that would cut the TV of that team by at least $30K, which I think would help during team building, especially for like wood elves.
Mm-hmm.
And it would definitely help with the TV the TV scale at the end of the game.
There's some wild
when you have extra players.
But I've never played a game where my opponent's scoring was less fun than playing with 3 players. But it's wild.
That's
It
fair.
seems like most people don't want their opponent to score, but don't have nearly as much of a problem being down to 4 or 5 players.
What do you mean?
Like, nobody complains about Bash being overpowered, but people are like, well, elves used to be able to throw on a 2. They used to be able to do that.
Well, sure.
I also do not think Bash is overpowered. I don't. It's been nerfed like since last year.
Sure, but like compare it, right? Like
I don't.
What it's not overpowered compared to what?
I guess I get. What do you mean?
It's not close to agility.
What do you mean by bashes? What do you mean by bash? Do you just mean like bash teams or like?
Yeah. So like you want to the game. The name of the game is removal, right? That's just what it is. That's just the reality. That's what it is.
I think that's been the name of the game for.
That may be how the game was designed.
Well, I think it's always been the name of the game unless you play elves. I think that was pretty much it. Like I think if you, pretty much every other team, that's kind of what like take undead for instance, right? Like, yeah, they've got this wide ranging of positionals. They could potentially score a lot of touchdowns, but they also have 2 starting strength 5 players, Mighty Blow. So like they can build towards that direction.
Right.
Same thing with lizards, right? Like lizards, not a single strength 3 player on the team. It's all 2 and 4. So like they kind of went towards that removal aspect before too.
Sure, I
don't think lizards really play for removal at all.
They might not.
Lizards have to play a positional game.
They might not technically, but I don't know.
Lizards are a lot better when you got Blackguard Mighty Blow.
Not to mention.
Sure, but like, show me a lizard team that ever gets Blackguard Mighty Blow.
Well,
get on Blood Bowl 2. They're everywhere.
I don't know about that. Like, dude, even like the teams that make Chalice, like most of the time,
what about tournaments? People don't build lizards with block and Mighty Blow.
Most with block and Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, in most tournaments, you don't have enough skills to allocate for that. Like,
really?
Most of the time, no. You're probably getting like 8 skills or something like that.
Lizards are in a tough spot.
They're a tier 1 team, I believe, right?
They were.
Yeah. So
they drop them?
I don't know. They should, but
their rerolls kill them. They killed that team.
Most tournament builds, you only have enough to give like 5 block, and you maybe give 1 a wrestle because it's like a tournament build, and then you might be able to like work in like a sure hands on a skink. Or like you can maybe fit like a guard into a Crocs or something, but like the most tournament builds, you're not working with 1,400 TV teams.
I guess that's fair.
So like,
yeah, I'm not sure what they go for, but like I said, I don't know. I think
lizards were terrifying. They're much less so now.
I mean, if you can get me a team with all the swords having Blackguard Mighty Blow, whoa.
I think most of the game plays have always played towards a bash. Have always moved more towards bash than scoring touchdowns, unless you're playing elves. Elves are one of those extreme windowed teams where they're really good at one thing and they suck at the other thing, right?
And that's okay.
You
like
either
elves,
bash or you throw touchdowns.
Elves should
right?
not be. I'm not saying they should be bashed.
Yeah.
But they're highly overcosted.
Yeah, I don't
They're
disagree
just
with
high.
that. I think you could take just about every positional on an elf team and drop them 5K.
Yeah, if you just knocked 5K off of literally every
positional
elf, like I think they'd see quite a bit more quality.
That's 50. That's 55. That's an extra reroll. That's an extra reroll on literally every starting team.
And a lot of elves start with 1 reroll, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think he starts with.
Why
2.
are they so expensive? Is it the GW? They're just terrified.
I think they're just bad at figuring out. They're bad.
Well, I know that.
They're bad.
I know that.
Listen, we've been playing 40K for years. How many times have they gotten points right? It's the same.
At least they adjust the points in 40K though. They're like,
thing.
Here's the gold cost for 4 years, and I don't see it going down.
No, it doesn't look like they're adjusting it at all. It's also less. It's
just crazy how they
less
value
popular
that
game.
AG2, right? Because like an Amazon lineman is just better than an Elf lineman. Elven Union lineman.
I would take an Amazon lineman over an Elven Union.
Would you take
the statistical probability of that that Amazon lineman succeeding her dodge is slightly better.
Yeah, it is slightly
with
better.
a reroll.
With the dodge reroll.
They're also technically more durable against players without tackle.
Sure.
Against players with tackle, obviously it's the same. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't know why an Amazonian lineman would be cheaper than an Elven Union lineman. It's literally just it's the stat increased. That's literally the only reason. Because yours are movement 6, right?
They value stats more than skill.
Yeah, yours are movement 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
They do. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, you can tell that by getting stat upgrades for the level up system. But yeah, it's not agility that they value so much. It's stat upgrades that they value.
Yeah,
take a look at any. Take a look at
skill
any.
access too. Like,
That's,
they have access
to
agility skills and general skills.
I don't know, man.
think-
All the
I don't-
chaos teams aren't. They get 3
That could
primary
be-
skills.
That could be.
well,
That could be part of
depending on
it.
the
That
positional.
could be part of it, but I don't think it is. I honestly don't think they really consider that in the cost.
They might not need to because you have to pay for the upgrades anyway.
Yeah, but I think it's really just that attribute increase, because it's, I don't know.
Nathan wants predictions for the second half of the league. I think everyone with questionable outcomes, but Brad and Tim, Jake, have their week 5 games in. Jake who?
I think he's saying that those people have not played their week 5 yet.
Yeah, there's only
No, I have not.
He doesn't know who Jake's opponent would be.
It's mine.
You?
I play Campbell week 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Oh, he thinks everybody's in week 5 already.
Oh.
I mean, we're day 2 of week 5.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you for week 6.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're waiting on me for week 6?
him.
Oh, okay.
God.
So who's your week 5?
Gilson.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah? He's got 6 guard.
He's playing Black Orcs. Yeah, but you're playing Black Orcs. You're not blocking them anyway. You're not
Well,
gonna throw
I
those
mean-
blocks. You block goblins and just stay the hell away from him. Like, don't let him punch you.
I don't see how Black Orcs score against elves. I just don't see it.
They just walk up the field.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
you would just cage up and walk up the field because
You just get in the way.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't see the problem.
You can't for long enough. What do you mean?
This is the issue we were talking about earlier with elves. Is in a tournament, I think you're right, but in a league, when you're playing as elves and you've got that crunchy armor, you have your next game to think about. So like when you're letting them just walk up and punch you every turn, and they start removing players.
Yeah,
like,
I think
you get nervous.
The question is, how do you keep them from scoring?
I
just don't think you can.
What I would do against Black Orcs is I would just do
a cost benefit analysis. It's rough.
I would do like a chevron, like
sure. So they blitz the middle.
They'll blitz one guy a turn,
but then they go and tag all of them.
Well, with chevrons you can't. When you set up, so you set up like
you're talking
in
the tri-point, right?
The diagonals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you blitz the point.
So you'll be able you blitz one guy, and so they'll be able to tag the front 2 here, and then 2 guys here. But you still got the rest of your team.
Right, but you're
that's
tagging.
untouched.
So you blitz 1 and then tag 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the next turn, you block 5.
Well, no, because ideally you're dodging away. Ideally. We're talking about a 97% success rate on your dodge.
Sure, but
So,
you only have so many rerolls.
97% success rate on dodge.
With a 2-up rerollable dodge.
Yeah.
But you only have so many rerolls.
Yeah, you don't. You can't.
I turned over 12 times in my last game.
You can't take that.
I understand. I just with movement when you're playing against movement 4, I just can't see it. You're yielding 1 square a turn.
Yeah, the other thing you want to do is if he's going to throw blitzes, because he probably won't blitz with goblins, you set up far enough away to where in order for him to throw blitz, you got to go for it.
Well, that's giving up probably too much pitch position though.
You think so?
Well, I mean, if you do that twice, that's 8 squares.
I mean, I guess, but
I tell you what, man,
know.
if you don't fail those dice rolls, I think you're right. But you're gonna fail those dice rolls.
Yeah, you.
And then when that elf goes down and comes off the pitch,
The thing you have to consider, it's a 2-up throw, but the thing you have to consider is you fail 1 in every 6 dodges. So how many people get tagged in that
Sure.
So if 6 players get tagged, that's a turnover. It all depends on which. Now here's the thing: it depends on which player turns it over. Because a 1 in 6 doesn't necessarily mean the last player is going to turn it over. One of those 6 players are going to turn it over.
Don't get me wrong. I realize that I'm drastically oversimplifying it, but it's that's the plan.
It's rough. I get it. So you're just hoping and praying
so
that
then
the
you
dice
kick
work
to
out.
them, and they go through and they slaughter you for 8 turns.
Yeah.
If you don't get an opening to get the ball, they score.
I think
Then you come back, you get the ball, and you have 7 players.
against Gilson, I wouldn't kick to him. I would receive as an elf. I would receive. He's one of the players who can take advantage of that. I would receive. I would score as fast as possible, and then I would let him try to score, and then maybe take the ball from him because I think you could do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, if you get
is-
if
and
you
this-
get a deep kick, like
Is this a
the
division game?
the Black Orcs aren't getting back there.
Do that because like I think the
what if I
pros-
lose the toss?
I understand.
You know what I mean?
If you lose the toss, then it doesn't matter. Then the decision's out of your hand, and it's entirely irrelevant. But
Also, the Black Orc
yeah.
player is going to put all those Black Orcs up front. If you get a deep kick, you have kick, and
This
you
is true,
put it
too.
in the back. You just go back there,
This is true,
and they're
too.
just like, all right, well, I'm movement 4. You're literally movement 8.
yeah,
You're back there now. You've teleported beyond their reach.
Yeah,
his goblins. Are
I don't know, man. I don't.
Sure.
They're
but,
the ones who are going to go. For
I don't
the
know
ball.
why you put all 6 on the line.
All 6 Black Orcs.
You don't need all 6
He's
on
going,
the
he's
line.
going to, but he
don't-
might not.
I
He might
mean-
not. He might not. You put, but I don't know why you wouldn't put any. You wouldn't put any that far deep though. You do like a dwarf defense where you kind of spread out a little bit, but you're not going. You're not. They're movement 4. You're not going so far deep to where it's going to take you the entire half to get to the line of scrimmage. You're not going
You
that.
got
You're not
set.
going
You got
that
8
That's a
turns
defensive.
to get
That's
the
a
ball in the end zone.
That's a defensive setup. That is not an offensive setup.
Yeah. But like with kick, I think that helps you tremendously.
Yeah, I think you kick the ball and you deep corner kick the sucker and then you laugh as it takes him forever to get the ball to the line of scrimmage.
I mean that is unless
Or-
he pulls a Bucky, man. Like I just go faster.
That's
I'm just saying, like these.
that's
are things,
always luck
Sure.
is a constant variable,
Sure.
so you cannot account for it. The best thing
I
you can do is
disagree.
divide. You can't. How do you account for luck?
prediction. Oh, my opponent just gets it. That's how I account for it. He says my predictions at present 1 Dakota, 2, 3, depending on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to say.
Are you talking
Me
about
neither.
seeding? Nathan, you are probably going to go undefeated.
Yeah, you'll probably take the 1 seed.
I could see Nathan is going to go 9-0-1 or 10-0.
Yeah.
I don't know what your prediction. I don't know what you're saying.
Me neither. I'm having a huge feeling of deja vu.
I would have to beat you
where
first.
he's done this before and we didn't know what he was seeding. Like he's done this exact thing before and we're like, what are you doing? We don't know.
Dakota probably will win the whole thing.
I don't
We'll
know.
see. I don't know if I would put Nathan's a strong pick right now. He's got the one of the easier schedules.
His team is exploding with
yes,
SPP.
Yes, his team is super developed. Like
My team is not developing.
All he needs is a little bit of luck and strategy, and he'll be in the championship game.
I'm
Dakota will have quite a bit of claw.
And
by
I
then.
need if I have any hope of winning, I need someone to knock him out.
I don't
He
see
hard
how.
counters my
I'm
team.
5 games in and I have 5 levels. I've
You're
leveled,
about to play me though.
I've leveled 1 corn gore.
A level of game isn't bad though. A level of game is, I think that's about what I've worked. Well, I've done better than a level of game. I've done like 1.5, but I got 1 my first game.
What a nightmare.
2 my next game. 1, yeah, something like that.
All right, guys. Well, Happy New Year. It's 10 o'clock. We'll see you later. Tell your grandma we love you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, we're not.